Alex Rodriguez, Albert Pujols, Manny Ramirez, all have homered at Tampa Bay's Tropicana Field. But none have done what this 16-year-old has. In January, Bryce Harper hit this 502-foot blast during a high school home run derby. It was the longest homer in the history of the park and would have been longer had it not run out of room.
When I hit the back of the dome, I was like, wow, did that really just happen? I just looked up like, holy crap, that really just happened.
To be able to hit a ball that far, that's, even though it's an aluminum bat, but you know, it is amazing.
My son, my oldest boys, showed me on the internet, they had like little clips of him and stuff like that, and showing the ball that he's hit. I mean, that's amazing to be that young, to be able to have that kind of talent.
But the 502-footer is not Harper's longest. As a freshman last year at Las Vegas High School, Harper hit a home run his coaches measured at an astounding 570 feet.
It went over that tree, that green one, that big one, not the one on the right, but that one. And then went over that fence up top, and then about 5 lanes of traffic, and then a sidewalk.
So we're following the track of the ball here, mountain climbing. Came all the way across here, and then where did it hit? Show me the exact spot.
Pretty much like right here.
Well, you think you can hit a little further, right?
I think so. We'll see what happens. You know, hopefully I'll get bigger and stronger and have a better swing and hopefully hit a ball about 600 feet.
Bravado? Surely. Unfounded? Maybe not. Projected as a #1 overall draft pick who could be playing in the majors before he turns 20, the 16-year-old Harper was on the cover of Sports Illustrated in June, compared to LeBron James and nicknamed the Chosen One. Keith Law of Scouts Inc. has been following Harper the last 2 years.
You know, he's one of the best high school position player prospects, I would say, in the last 10 to 15 years. Every time Harper would come up to hit, every scout would stop what he was doing to watch the at-bat. We've never seen a high school position player get a $10 million bonus in the draft. I do think he would be the first candidate to break that barrier.
The 6'3", 205-pound Harper has been clocked pitching 96 miles per hour. Although the position he really prefers is catcher, where he throws runners out from his knees. He hit for a .626 average last season. And then there's what he does faster than most major leaguers.
He's got unbelievable bat speed. Makes hard contact, even when he's not hitting the ball out of the park. Everything he hits is extremely hard.
It was a swing forged early. Bryce's father, Ron, a Las Vegas steelworker and avid baseball fan, worked nights, which meant daytime was for teaching Bryce to play the game.
For helping him to hit, you would throw things to him, right?
You see guys in the Dominican throwing bottle caps to each other, or the, peach seeds, or whatever it may be. And I would throw little red beans, soup beans, or sunflower seeds.
Bryce's father saw so much potential, he put Bryce, at 3 years old, on his 6-year-old brother's team. By 9 years old, Bryce was traveling nearly every weekend, the star of an elite-level team that held its home games more than 300 miles away in California.
He loves to travel because he loves the tournaments. I mean, there's been many times that he'll come home on a Sunday after, having 10 games for the weekend, and he'll only be home for an hour, and he'll say, "Hey, Dad, let's go hit." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
I played for a team out of Oklahoma when I was 14. I played about 130 games a year, plus about 40. So I played about 170 a year. I miss about 30 days of school while I'm doing it, but I still pulled the grades and I still got good grades.
Yet this summer, having just finished his sophomore year, Harper made a shocking move, leaving high school altogether. He enrolled at a local junior college, which just happens to be a national baseball powerhouse. To play, Harper must pass the test for his GED, the equivalent of a high school diploma, a test he'll take in October.
And that's a little scary. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've asked him several times, "Are you sure this is what we want to do?" I think he's just absolutely bored with school and baseball in high school.
But the move is also a means to an end. MLB's rules for Americans state that any student who drops out of high school and continues to remain out for at least 1 year may thereafter be signed. So by spending this next year in junior college, Harper will be allowed to enter the draft as a 17-year-old in 2010. It's a move league officials believe is unprecedented.
People were like, don't do it, but it's something I want to do.
Who are the people telling you, don't do it, don't do it?
There was always those people that were like, your parents are making a big mistake and all this stuff, but you know, it was my decision to do. You know, it had nothing to do with my parents.
I think it's one thing to support your child making a decision, but at 16, I'm not sure that the child should be the one making the decision.
Monty Poole, a columnist with the Oakland Tribune, is among the national media who've been critical of the Harper's decision.
It just rubs me the wrong way that you want to rob him of 2 years of high school, or that he wants to rob himself of 2 years of high school without really knowing what those 2 years would hold for him.
Why do you think people are complaining about your kid?
You know, I really don't know, but I think it's maybe something to do with baseball. I think it's probably one of the toughest sports to play, to succeed in, and maybe the rate of failure is so high that maybe that's it.
There have been a lot of quote-unquote can't-miss prospects who did miss. So just the notion of someone who is the one who can't miss and should go ahead and make his move right now, it just makes me squirm a little bit.
Ben McDonald was one of those can't-miss kids in 1989. Regarded as one of the best college pitching prospects ever, McDonald was drafted first overall by the Orioles, who were managed by Frank Robinson.
I felt a lot of pressure when Frank Robinson told me that I had to win 20 games for us to be successful, and we were a sub-500 team the year before, and I was a kid that really didn't know how to pitch yet, so there was pressure.
McDonald finished his career with a workmanlike 78 wins over 9 years. Alex Rodriguez has been much more successful after being similarly touted in high school, but even he has a warning for Harper.
When you get so much attention early, there's a sense of arrival. I've arrived. And you know, this game is very tough, and you got to take it one day at a time. And don't believe all the hype and all that stuff around you. Really stay focused on the game.
That hype has already attracted the attention of A-Rod's super agent, Scott Boras, who's advising the Harper family. But it's also ratcheted up the pressure on Bryce. At tournaments, fans who've read about his 500-foot home runs sometimes boo him if he doesn't produce on command.
People want to see him hit that 570-foot home run that he may never hit again. There's times where you could see a little bit of stress in his eyes maybe, and where he just wants to play baseball.
There's people that say, "Yo, overrated, you're terrible, get a new day job." You know, I'm pretty frustrated about it because I'm not gonna hit a home run every time.
Harper's parents say they're doing all they can to help him cope with the pressure. Even when attending junior college, he'll continue to live at home. And his older brother Brian, a pitcher at Division I Cal State Northridge, is transferring to the same junior college team to chaperone him on road trips. And Bryce is also encouraged to let loose off the field.
All right, here we go. You ready?
I'm about to whoop you right now.
All right, it's on. That was ugly. I've been schooled.
I just whooped you.
Well, what else do you do besides baseball? Because there's people who hear 130 games a year, all this kid does is play baseball.
I snowboard, I surf, because I still gotta be a kid, you know? Still gotta be a kid and have some fun and be a 16-year-old, you know?
And yet Harper is never far from baseball celebrity. It's a reality he embraces. Being a possible #1 pick, the 500-foot home runs, the salivating scouts. In fact, for all the talk of who's putting pressure on the 16-year-old phenom, the person with the biggest expectations might just be Bryce Harper himself.
My goals, you know, I want to be the best player who ever played the game. I want to be the best hitter who's ever played the game. I want to hit 430. Who wouldn't want to be in the Hall of Fame? You know, that's why you play the game, to make it there and make it that far, make it to Cooperstown, be on that ballot. I'm going in and going to play as hard as I can, and it'll be a great thing.